Alpine Liquid Fertilizers is your full-season crop fertility specialist from start to finish. Visit alpinepfl.com for more.
Bernard Tobin here at the Ontario CCA conference. I'm joined now by the CCA Award of Excellence winner for 2024-25, Jonathan Zettler. Jonathan, how's it going?
It's a great day to be an award winner, Bernard.
Well, I'll tell you what. This award has a long list of agronomists who've received it over the years. A pretty heady bunch, shall we say. What's it like to be joining this crowd?
I don't take it lightly to join this crowd. Certainly a number of peers that I hold in very high regard have won this award, and it's great to have joined that list with them.
Hey, let's talk about agronomy and your journey as an agronomist. What got you into agronomy? Let's talk about the journey.
So at the time, I was going to high school in Walkerton, and local crop advisor was looking for someone to soil sample while we weren't able to go to school during the water problems. So that's kind of maybe my first taste in high school was doing that for agronomy, and we also had a number of 4-H crop clubs. So got some exposure to agronomy through some qualified crop advisors in the area and retail staff, and really liked being outside and working with crops, and the office environment maybe wasn't the type of career I was looking for, and thought that maybe this is something I should pursue.
Now, you went to University of Guelph, agricultural science. Then you did chartered accounting. Tell me how those two come together.
So at the time that I had started the accounting program, it was called Certified Management Accounting, and the idea behind that was to understand how to make money farming a little bit better, and it's not so much around taxes. It's like, how do you right size your operation? How do you make better input buying decisions? How do you run analysis on cash flow statements and some of those things? And I do use some of that in my day-to-day business, but and on the farm when I'm talking to people, but was looking at either doing that or an MBA at the time, and felt that I really wanted to understand the mechanics of how money flows within a business. So,
now you spent 13 years at Cargill. Tell us about how that shaped your perspectives on agronomy.
So I actually was 13 years there full-time, and then also spent 3 summers as a summer student on top of that. And so how did that shape my period there? I started as a sprayer operator as a summer student to help pay for university, and then moved into operations management for a good chunk of my career, and then the last number of years had switched over to agronomy. So I spent about the last 8, 9, it would be 5 years, I guess, in agronomy as the location agronomist, and then at the end as the agronomy manager. So had the opportunity to work with people like Pat Lynch and Leanne Freitag, and with my agronomy degree that I had from the University of Guelph, was given kind of the opportunity to apply it in a more practical manner maybe than what I had as an operations person.
Yeah, let's talk about what you're doing now with Fieldwalks Ag. A couple of years ago, you started using SWOT maps, soil, water, and topography here in Ontario. I believe the first agronomist to roll it out in this province. Tell us about that program and, what it's bringing to your clients.
So I was the first person in Ontario to start working with it. Started in September of 2018, offering it as a commercial service here. And the main reason I decided to offer it as a key offering when I set up my business at the time was I saw farmers that had bought equipment. They had tried maybe a couple things. They wanted to use the equipment to do variable rate, and they saw that they had field variability, but they didn't have someone to pull it all together. And to me, it was a system that was heavily geared to a private crop consultant to enable that.
Tell us about the program. I mean, is it really about, as I say, assessing potential and better managing that potential?
So the key piece to it is building management zones based on landscape position and ground truthing those, and then soil sampling them. So you kind of quantify where the different variability is in the field and how it behaves, and then we can start making management decisions on how to adjust our inputs.
How have your clients reacted to it? Obviously, you're doing more and more of it.
Yeah. So the typical client starts with typically a handful of fields or 2 fields to see kind of how it works, and then next thing you know, a few years later, you have the whole farm mapped, and we're doing multiple applications. Variable rate is kind of the direction that it goes. Is every single application going to be a win? Not necessarily. What we're trying to do is just be more right than wrong with doing this, and certainly putting check blocks in place to try and quantify nutrient response or seed response to those areas.
Hey, let's wrap it up with a couple of things. It's that time of year, we're doing a lot of crop planning. What are some of the conversations you're having with clients? Obviously, how to get more of that yield in the bin and manage inputs in some tough commodity prices.
Yeah, so certainly economics are a bit different than maybe they were a year or 2 ago for many clients. Depends on the field and the individual operation, but a lot of it is more maybe focused around nutrient response and how do you kind of maximize that. Certainly some equipment decisions around like, okay, we're looking at trading pieces of equipment to add some efficiency to the operation or maybe make better use of inputs. What does that look like? And with some accounting background, I can kind of help run some numbers on that.
Now, I follow you on X and social media. You've always got lots of stuff to share. Tell me finally about Crop Walker publication. You've got a newsletter that you that people can subscribe to.
Yeah, so you can go to cropwalker.ca. It's a newsletter I write on a weekly basis with Pat Lynch. We do typically at least 4 free issues a year, plus planting and harvest surveys. And if you want to kind of have a feeling for where planting or harvest is in Ontario, you can go check that out as well.
Well, great stuff, Jonathan. Hey, congratulations on the award. Well deserved.
Thank you.